What's going on, guys? NoSlack Novak here with episode 5 of Motorsport Manager. Now, in the last episode, if you guys watched that one, we hired Falco Engelhart here, #1 driver in the European League, which I'm pretty, hey, I'm not promising that, but I'm pretty sure, and we're paying him a nice chunk of change too, $652,000 per race, which is costing us a lot considering income per race, as you can see there, is actually in the negative. So I don't think we really have enough money to even make it through the rest of the season, which isn't, hey, we're not going to get fired just because we're 1 or 2 million under budget, but we will try to get some extra bonus money from our sponsors, which we have 1 race left with Chic Airways and we have 2 races left with Northern Harbor. And then because we hired Falco, who's got an awesome marketability, we should be able to get better sponsorships and actually get a little bit more cash. Which, in last episode I said that our marketability, it did go up. It was at 33. Team marketability was 33, and that jumped up to 37. Total marketability is 61. So 3 stars, not horrible. I'd like to get to 4. Not quite sure if that's going to happen. Let's go ahead and fast forward a little bit, and we'll actually improve our parts while this fast forwards. Now, is it going to stop? No. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to actually pause, and I want to check out our car right now. Our improvements, we're at 64%. Ooh, no. Sorry, guys. I want to have that in reliability. We need to improve the reliability more than we need to improve the performance right now. That was my bad. I guess when we added these, it didn't quite kick in. It kind of changed it, even though I didn't really want it to change. But we're going to focus on reliability. Alright, let's see. There's going to be a vote upcoming. What is it going to be? European Racing Series team principals will meet next week. Yes. Groove tires, the type to be voted on, are generally seen as good middle ground tires between the higher performance slicks and the lower performance road tires, costing $20,000 per race. GMA insiders are essentially expecting the vote to come down to money. The richer teams will want higher performance tires to make the most of their cars, whereas the smaller teams will almost certainly want to save the money. Which, we're definitely the smallest team, or at least I think we're the smallest team, probably with one of the smallest budgets, so I'm thinking we'll probably abstain from voting just to gain 1 more vote in the next one. But if we are kind of forced to be the deciding factor, we're probably going to lean towards using the cheaper tires. Just because I don't want the bigger teams to have that advantage on us. However, let's go ahead and continue. Our gearbox here is going to be finished, which, bam, there it is. And we have an investment opportunity. Alright, what is this? Hi boss, my accountant tipped me off about some mind-blowing investment opportunities in the Caribbean. Apparently there's a whole raft of land in Trinidad and Tobago going dirt cheap. And I made some serious cash off the back of it. Nice, good for you. So you got a little bit of a perk here. Special conditions. The driver decided to invest in the team, paying you some money. Wow, okay. The driver decided to invest in the team, paying you some money. So he gave us cash? Interesting. Alright, thanks, Falco. We're still scouting some drivers, you know what? Which we might as well just continue scouting every driver that we possibly can. Just because, why not? We want to see, maybe we'll be hiring one of these drivers in the next year or 2. Let's go ahead and check out our car real quick. Improve parts. 71 and 67, not bad, not bad. There are 9 days until the race, and then we do have a new part that is actually probably going to get finished later today. Oh, accept investment. Sure, we'll accept. Gave us $250,000, alright. Cool, thanks buddy. Alright, the gearbox is now built. Let's see about improving this bad boy. Let's go ahead and lower, you know what, we'll actually take both of them out, and just because we want to get the gearbox improved ASAP. Now, so let's just double check this, right? We have the points all the way towards reliability. We're at 40%. And then over here we're at 65 and 21. And let's see what it ends up at before the race actually kicks off. The vote has begun. Alright, let's see here. This rule will benefit Silva, Dragon Race, Team China, It will not benefit Archer, Firebird, or Octane, which I'm pretty sure it's not going to benefit us either. Oh man, let's see. I think we have 2 votes if we want to use it. I'm thinking, let's see, average speed tires aren't quite as fast as full slicks, but offer a good compromise between performance and cost. This rule will benefit teams with low budgets, which definitely is us. I think we're gonna vote for. And let's go ahead and continue. So there's 1 vote for, 2 votes for, 3 votes for. All right, it's going in the right direction. 3-1 now, 4-1 now, 5-1. Nice. So we should definitely win this, unless one of those against teams uses multiple votes. It's 5-4, 6-4. Okay, so it passed. So we're going to be using a little bit cheaper tires from here on out, actually in the next year. It's not going to apply towards this year, but it will apply towards next year. And then again, because I already forgot, let's go ahead and check this out. So we're at 47, and then 47, 66, 22. 47, 66, and 22. Expose, alright. Now we're running an expose on Eastwood Motorsport and their awful working practices. Let's bring them down. Both mechanic relationships, -15. Eastwood Motorsport's marketability, -50. Air our dirty laundry in public, no way. So why would it lower our mechanics relationships? We've had testimonials from their mechanics saying that they're overworked, understaffed, and in a ton of debt. Would you be willing to let us interview your mechanics to give our readers a reference point? I do not want to lower their relationships, even though their relationships probably aren't that much lower. The fact that it would lower their marketability would be a benefit to us, but no, we're going to keep it in-house. We're not going to air our dirty laundry. That would be wrong. Just like if you guys follow baseball, Chicago Cubs, they had their catcher kind of air out some dirty laundry, and the next day he got fired pretty much. So, no. We're not going to go that route. And I already forgot what the points were for the engines or whatever we're improving and maintaining. I want to say it was 47 for the improving part, so that actually jumped up to 67. And then these didn't really move up too much. This one moved up 2, and I think this one moved up maybe 1. But hey, they got a little bit better, and this one's at 67, so we'll actually be able to use that one in the race. Alright, let's check this out. We're going to go for 9th or above. I'm a little greedy. I want that 450,000 as opposed to the 200,000, so we're going to go with 9th and above. Let's double check our fitting parts. We're going to give Falco the best, which he does. He has that. The brakes are going to Andre, the second brakes. Our best engine is again with Falco. Nothing changed there. That's the same. We're going to go ahead and we're going to give Falco the better gearbox, which even though it has a little bit less reliability, it is a better gearbox by 20 points, so we'll give him that, and then we'll give Andre the other one. Rear wing, same thing, and we'll definitely give the better suspension to Falco. He's probably, yeah, he's not very happy. -10 and -6, whereas, against other car, he's happy because it's much better than the other car. However, he still feels like his car is absolute crap, which, to be honest with you, it is. Alright, here we go, guys. Practice for the next race, which I would really love to finish top 10 in this race. And really what I mean by top 10 is top 9. I want to get that extra $450,000. Round 5 of 10 in Ardennes, the Ardennes Grand Prix. Looks like a really nice track too. I'm liking the trees. You got a little bit of spectator area over here. Got the little pit lane over here. I like it. No real straightaways, a little small one there, nothing crazy. I think this one's going to lean a little bit more towards the acceleration and the suspensions, which, if we remember, Andre Gomez has an absolute crap suspension, so I don't expect Andre to finish anywhere near the top 10. But let's go ahead and set up these cars. So downforce, because there's going to be a lot of turns, I think we want the downforce to be high. The handling, I'll be honest with you, I'm not too sure. Understeer and oversteer, I'm thinking that just means like how much you have to turn the wheel in order to have the tires kind of like, you know, rotate that direction. So I'm not 100% sure which way we want to go, but we're going to lean towards understeer. And then for speed, I think we're definitely going to focus more on the acceleration, because like I said, there's not too many straightaways. So we'll do something like this, and that should be good for Gomez. Weather forecast, again, it's gonna be a hot day, no rain. We'll give him the softs. Then let's go ahead and check out Englehart's car here, Falco. Again, we're gonna do the same thing. Downforce, we're gonna go towards high. Handling, we will kind of put towards, I guess we'll do oversteer on his, and then we'll go towards acceleration on the speed balance there. We'll give him the softs, and let's go ahead and do some practice. Send him out first. Go, go, go. And send you out next. Go, go, go. Alright, looks like I'd say about 70% of the teams are using the softs as opposed to the super softs. Well, maybe a little bit closer to 50% now. As the teams are in the pit lane, they are actually changing which tires that their cars have on. Both of our drivers are going to do this one basic lap, which is pretty much how we do all of our initial kind of tests for our vehicles. We just do the one lap, we bring them in. Let's go ahead and do that now. This allows us to get our 2 adjustments during the practice session as opposed to just the 1. If we had actually left them out there for 2 full laps, I don't think there's any way we would actually have a chance of doing the 2 full modifications. Alright, here we go. Okay, he's not very happy. Okay, okay, and good, I believe it was. 74%. Okay, okay. Poor. Okay, 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 poor. Let's just lean it in. We're not going to do too much of a drastic change. We'll do something like that. The handling, again, was okay, so we won't move that all that much. The speed balance, on the other hand, I think we are going to do somewhat of a kind of, let's go more towards half. Stints and tires, we're going to go ahead and keep the same ones. Have you go back out there after your team does a little bit of adjustments. You, on the other hand, are pretty happy. You have, even though it's 64%, you're at great, great, and very poor. So all we really have to change here is the speed balance, which I feel like if we kind of put a little bit towards the middle area there, we'll be fine. Handling will move a little bit in hopes that it actually goes to amazing, and then the downforce, let's go ahead and do the same thing. We'll just move it ever so slightly, and hopefully that'll jump to amazing over there. And let's go ahead and go. Again, we'll let them go till about, I don't know, 6 minutes or 5 minutes left in the practice session, and then we'll bring them back in. Do the final little tweak, and then they'll finish the rest of the race. Now again, hopefully you guys are enjoying this series. If you are, great. Hit the like button for me. That would mean a lot. It lets me know that you guys are liking the videos and liking the series. If you haven't already, check out Prison Architect. That's another one of the series that I'm currently doing. A lot of people are liking that one. It is pretty similar to RimWorld, as in like graphically, visually. Very nice. Very simple game. When I say simple, I mean visually pretty simple. However, it is pretty complex, keeping track of hundreds of prisoners, their food, their sleep schedule, their work schedule, all that kind of fun stuff. It's a lot of fun. If you like management games, then I highly suggest you guys check it out. Anyways, I was talking a little too much, and we need to bring both of our drivers in on this next upcoming possibility, just to do a little bit more tuning. Alright, here we go. Oh, Engelhart, Falco. Nice. 97%. Great, excellent, great. I like to see that. I really do. Let's adjust these just ever so slightly in hopes that we could possibly get them into amazing for both. Both speed and I'm thinking Yeah, let's lower the speed balance there a little bit, and then the handling. I really want the handling to stay roughly the same. Let's do something like, you know what? Fine, we'll keep that the way that is, and we'll just work on the downforce a little bit. Send you back out there, and hopefully Gomez. Excellent, great, and very poor. Okay, you know what? That's actually fine. 76%, but you know what? I think we'll be fine. Great, great to excellent, which is nice, and then the handling went from great to great, so I think we'll just keep that where it is. And then we went from very poor to very poor. Now let's check this out. Way towards acceleration. Okay, so definitely the top balance needs to go way more towards top speed. So let's go something like that, and then we will try to bring the handling back. Let's do something like that, and then the speed balance should be fine. Those will stay the way they are, and this can only really improve. Let's go ahead and send them out, and we'll finish the rest of the 3 minutes and 40 seconds with them just doing their laps. Let's watch Engelhart here. Now hopefully, I think last time he qualified at, I want to say 5th, no, I think he was 18 and he finished 17th on his second lap. So hopefully Engelhart here can actually do a much faster qualification run this time around. He does have a slightly better vehicle, a little bit better performance, definitely better reliability. But, okay, so he is on his out lap. Now he's going to pass through the start-finish line, and he will start his actual qualifying lap. Let's see how he does compared to everyone else. Looks like 143 is the time to beat. Not quite sure. He's at 112, 120. Definitely is not going to beat the 143. I'm pretty certain of that. Nope, 147. He finished 17th. That's a little disappointing. Which is becoming a little bit of a trend with Falco here. But you know what? I can't be too mad. Again, the vehicle's not the greatest. We're partly to blame for him not being able to get faster times. We definitely need to give him a better engine. He is getting all of our best parts though. Anyway, so let's go ahead and continue on. And we'll see what we ended up with the tuning of our vehicles. And it looks like it's going to rain at least a little bit. Might not rain all that much. However, there's a little drizzle in the forecast, and there's going to be a little bit of water. So I think we're probably going to have to start on the intermediate tires. Soft tire, no, we're going to go with these two over here. And then again, over here, we're going to do pretty much the same. Let's check out the car setup. We're at 94%. You know what? We're not going to mess with that. We're going to leave that the way that is. We're going to go with the intermediates. And you're going to have a full 9 laps worth of fuel. And it's a 22 lap session. So again, we'll be pitting twice. But that shouldn't really be an issue. And then over here, 96%. So it actually went down a little bit. So we'll just, we'll go back to where we were. And then which direction do we move it? We moved the downforce slightly over. So you know what? I think what we're going to do is we're going to move the downforce. This is where we're at now. We're going to move the downforce slightly over even more this way. And then that should actually give us a closer chance of being on excellent over here. Then that'll, at worst, it'll put us right back at 97%. Best, you know, we might jump up to like 98% or something like that. Again, we'll have the intermediate tires, 9 laps worth of gas, and let's do the drive strategy. And because it's raining, we can go a little bit heavier on the attack mode. It's going to take a little bit longer for the tires to warm up and all that good stuff. And again, Engelhart is starting off first, Gomez is in 4th, and let's hope that Engelhart can actually kind of maintain a lead for a little bit longer than he did last time, which, as soon as I say that, he gets passed up by Santa Ana. So again, hopefully Engelhart can maintain the lead for a little bit longer, or at least second place for a little bit longer than he did last time. Let's go ahead and we're actually going to keep, I think we're going to keep that the way it is. We're going to keep you the way you are as well, just because the tires are not really all that warmed up right now. Now this is wearing out the parts a little bit faster, which again, our reliability isn't all that great, so that's probably not the smartest move to make. Tires seem to be right around perfect, however, it is still early. So I'm going to actually lower them a little bit. I'm going to go to high for both of these guys. And then we already have 2 cars that crashed as well, so that makes it so that we can't finish 19th or 20th, which is nice. Looks like Engelhardt is actually battling for first place there a little bit. There we go, second place after the second lap. Start of the third. He's still battling for first, which is nice. Looks like everybody else. Let's check this out here. Still a little bit of rain. The rain is still going to stay on the track for a while, and there's a lot of teams who are actually on the soft and even super soft tires, which is a little interesting. Let's see. The rear wing must be damaged. Car is handling bizarrely. Let's check that out. Yeah, it's at 0. We got to have you pit. That sucks. Let's check out the weather. It's going to stay raining for 3 more laps, 3.5 more laps. However, the rain is going to go down. Oh, let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, probably like 5 more laps worth of wetness. I'm thinking we have about 10 more laps worth of tire. I'm thinking we'll probably just stay on those tires for a little bit longer. We'll give you the more fuel, and we will change your part, but I think everything else will actually just keep the same. And Gomez is dropping because of that rear wing. And Engelhardt is actually in first now, which is pretty crazy. I don't know, Santana didn't pit or anything, he just, I guess, passed Santana up, which is awesome. I mean, that's crazy. Engelhardt's in first place, guys. Okay, let's actually lower his tire to neutral. Gotta get that back into the sweet spot. And we have 4.92 laps worth of fuel. Let's actually lower that too. That'll conserve his parts a little bit. And it'll also make it so that he can stay out longer, so that he can pit as late as possible and kind of give us a better chance to see how this weather turns out. Looks like the rain is going to go away in about 4 or 5 laps, where it's just not going to be on the track anymore. There we go. Look at Engelhardt passing people up like crazy. Engelhardt does have the better suspension, which again, the suspension helps with all these turns. So I'm not surprised that he's doing better than Gomez. However, I didn't expect him to be in first place, and not by this much. He's in first by a decent little chunk, a little bit, 10 seconds. Right around 10 seconds. That's just amazing. Okay, so the rain's going to stop in about 1 more lap, and then the rain is going to be completely gone in about 4 laps. So we're definitely going to be changing him to regular tires. I think I'm going to go with the soft. Let's see, what's the weather? 64. Okay, yeah, I think we're going to go with the soft. He's got a nice lead. He's actually in first by 12 seconds, and the lead's actually growing. Still has a little bit over 2 laps worth of fuel left. So he can finish this one and do 1 more lap before we actually change out his stuff. And he looks like he's actually coming up on somebody. Might overlap them. Alright, going through the start-finish right now. So we're definitely going to change out his stuff here on the next go-around. And let's check out the weather. So there's no more rain. Actually, there is going to be rain in the forecast in... what's that, about 4 laps? 5 laps? So it's going to come back. So I'm thinking, do we want to stick with the intermediates? I'm thinking he's doing such a good job on them. I think, you know what, we're going to risk it, and we're actually going to stick on the intermediates. We're going to give him as much fuel as we possibly can. His parts are doing okay, and we're going to go ahead and do that. And again, we're going to keep him on the neutral strategy, just because the medium and the neutral, just because I don't want his parts to wear out faster than they need to, especially with a 14-second lead. Now, Evans probably isn't going to pit unless he needs gas. none of these top 4 guys are going to pit unless they need gas. Alright, let's see what happens here. Looks like all but one pitted, so he's actually in, what, 3rd now. Okay, he's in 3rd place. He'll take it. Especially considering Tang still has to pit here soon. And I'm pretty sure... Uh-oh. The track is dried out, boss. Let's pit for slicks. No. Maybe. Maybe. You still have 3 laps worth of fuel left. But it looks like the rain's going to pick up again, so no, I don't think we're going to actually be pitting for slicks. I think once you do come back into the pit, we're just going to throw you on another set of intermediate? Damn it. You know what, I want to get this. Intermediates. Yes, not intermedial. Intermediate tires. I think I was saying intermittent before, and that's windshield wipers, not tires, so excuse me for that. Engelhardt is in 1st place again. Awesome. We can actually do a little bit of a push style with the driving just to kind of warm up the tires there. And then your tires are actually pretty heated up. We actually have to have you pit sooner rather than later, because you're only at 15% here on your tires. Again, weather, it's going to pick up raining, it's going to keep raining. Let's go ahead and do that. Fuel options will give you as much as we possibly can, and we'll check out your parts too. You're doing okay. Your engine might need a little bit of work, but you know what, that's something that we could probably do in about 5 or 6 laps. So let's go ahead and do that. Gomez is going to pit 5th. Let's see where he actually comes out. Actually, let's switch over to Engelhardt because he just got passed up for 1st place. He got passed up by Evans, who's actually running soft tires, so he's going to have to pit probably before Engelhardt. Oh, dropped into 3rd now too. Ah, boy. Okay, but you know what? It's gonna start. It's supposed to start raining, right? Yeah, it's gonna start raining here soon, and they're gonna be on the softs, so we're gonna be on intermediate. So we should have an advantage here in the next. Probably in the next lap. It'll start raining, and we should have an advantage on the track. I hope it starts raining again. Should start raining any time now. Come on. Come on. Is it raining or not? Falco's in 3rd still, which is very respectable. Gomez is in 13th. We could probably pick up his driving style as well. There we go. There's the rain. Now we should be seeing an advantage when it comes to the intermittent tires. There's a few people still on intermittents, but they're more towards the bottom of the pack. Looks like everybody at the top is pretty much running either softs or super softs, except for the 3rd place driver right now. Engelhardt dropped down to 5th. The tires could cool down just a little bit. We'll actually do overtake on the engine mode, just because I want to get back in 4th and then possibly 3rd place. How far back? We're only 4 seconds back of 3rd, which isn't really horrible at all. But that is actually climbing. 5 seconds now. Again, spots 1 and 2, they're going to have to pit here pretty soon. 1 and 3 actually now. 2 and 3, they're dropping. Because they're not on the intermediate tires. That's probably why Boach, see, and look at that. That's why we passed them up. We're in 2nd now because of all the water on the track. So that is beautiful. Us actually keeping the intermittent tires has allowed us to climb back into 2nd place, and I'm pretty sure our lead is going to gain pretty quickly here, pretty nicely. Hopefully we can catch up to a 1st place. Our tires are a little bit more worn out than his. However, with about 7 laps to go now, we should be fine. What we're going to do is we're actually going to pit. And then let's check out the weather. It's going to keep raining for the rest of the race, so we're going to switch over to a new set of intermittent tires. We have 6 laps remaining. We'll go towards 7 laps worth of fuel. Park condition, I think we're doing okay. We can't really change anything out. No real need to either. So Engelhardt's going to pit. I wonder if Beauchamp's going to pit. And if they don't pit this lap, they'll probably pit the next lap, which will then give us an option to hopefully catch up there. We do have a nice lead for second place. I want to say 37-second lead or so on third place. So this pit should not hinder us whatsoever. We should go in second place and come out second place as well. And yeah, Beauchamp actually pitted as well. So we have a chance to come out and battle them pretty hard. They've got a 6-second lead on us right now. We'll see how that works out for them. Gomez is going to have to pit here in a little bit. We can actually lower his driving intensity to neutral. And let's check out to see where Gomez is. Okay, so he's got 1.7 laps worth of fuel left. He's fine on tires right now. You know what? We're going to have you pit. New set of tires. We're going to give you, let's see, there's 4 laps left, so we'll give you the 5 laps worth of fuel. Okay, your engine definitely needs fixing. We're going to go ahead and fix that, and that's going to kind of end your day there. Oh well. No shame in that, Gomez. You have the worst part, so you know what? It's not your fault. It's our fault. Engelhardt here, 10 seconds behind first place. So Engelhardt will probably finish second. We have 5 laps to go. A little bit less than 5 laps to go because we're on the fifth to last lap right now. Gomez had a decent little pit. He's in currently 13th. Engelhardt's falling back though, first place. He was 10 seconds behind, now he's 12. We could actually push his tires a little bit more too though. We'll put him in full attack, and then once it warms up, we will lower him down one. I think it's pretty safe to say that he's not going to catch up to first, and barring some sort of crazy malfunction, which we actually might get into because we're at 28 and 29. We're going to lower his driving style, driving intensity. Hopefully that'll kind of help him keep his parts below the red line. Still has 2 laps to go, so we definitely don't want to push too much. He's got a 10-second lead on third place. He's definitely not catching up to first. And had he had a better vehicle, he probably would have run away with this race. 2 laps remaining for Engelhardt. Let's check his condition a little bit. 23, 20. You know what? We're going to go into engine mode. We're going to go into low. We got to keep an eye on third place. Right now, we're 8 seconds ahead. Come on, Engelhardt. If we finish second, man, that's going to be absolutely awesome. It's going to be a nice chunk of change that we'll get from the sponsors. 7-second lead. 1 lap to go. All right, come on, baby. All right, Gomez is in 13th with 2. Let's actually bump this up. We're going to go to, let's just do full speed everything for Gomez. And over here, we can actually kind of push this a little bit more too, because you're close to finishing. And this should be your last little roundabout. Come on, finish, 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 finish. Second place. There it is, second place for Engelhardt. Falco, see, that had to have been a good investment, right? I mean, it's hard to say if Faith Anthony or Andre Gomez would have finished in second, but I would bet no. So the fact that we paid Falco so much money, I mean, he just finished second in his, I want to say this is his second race, so that's pretty big. And his car is nowhere near being as good as, I'm sure it's nowhere near as being as good as this guy's, Beauchamp, who just finished in first. So give us about 2 weeks and we're going to give him a much better vehicle, and I'm thinking he's going to be finishing in the top 5 pretty consistently. That was awesome to see. I really loved seeing that. And again, they can scrutinize our vehicles all they want. They're not going to find any illegal parts because we do not have any. He got 19 whopping points for finishing in second. Podium finish right there. I think first ever podium finish for NoSlack Racing. That is absolutely awesome. Really liked seeing that. That's beautiful. Okay, let's check out the total standings. Drivers' Championship standings. So Falco jumped up to 19th with this one race. Which, again, I mean, I kind of wish we had him from the start, but he probably wouldn't be higher than, I don't know, 12th or so. But, yeah, not bad for a rookie driver. Not bad at all. Where's our team? Okay, I said we were comfortably in ninth, but you know what? Now, given that second place finish, we're really only 4 points behind Octane Racing, who's in 8th right now. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. There's something about the name NoSlack Racing. It has a beautiful ring to it. Katrina, absolutely it has a beautiful ring to it. NoSlack Racing will be pleased with a strong result. Absolutely. Happy for Beauchamp today, but my boys, NoSlack Racing, were pretty close. Yes. Yes, we were, and we are coming for whoever is ahead of us, I guess. Alright, real quick, we're going to check out our parts. I don't think we have anything in development right now. I'm pretty sure we were doing the gearbox, right? It was either the gearbox or the brakes. I'm pretty sure we were doing the gearbox, and we actually finished developing that, and our reliability on that got up to a pretty decent, like 67% or something before the race. And then Falco here, he actually should improve pretty well with finishing second. Let's check that out. Yeah, look at that, 2% increases in a few categories. Look at that, just overall much better, right? Twice as good at braking pretty much, almost twice as good at cornering. His smoothness is better, which that's actually Andre's best trait is his smoothness. And Falco's better than him at that too. Better at overtaking, a little bit less on consistency, but he's really close to jumping into a 12 in consistency. Much better at adaptability, much better at fitness, feedback's a little bit better, and then his focus is much better too, which is actually pretty important. Maintaining your focus throughout the entire race, something I really like to see. And because we got the sponsorship bonus, we, again, instead of losing like 1.4 mil, we only lost 893, which still sucks. But again, we should have better sponsorship opportunities here pretty soon. And I'm thinking they'll probably throw us some sponsorship opportunities here in the next, I don't know, day or two. Let's see, Garuda's Racing Jaw had a bit of a disaster in that race, finishing down in 14th. What's your analysis? He's an awful driver? Absolutely not. He's probably one of the best, one of the 2 best, given now that we have Falco. Looking at Garuda Racing from the outside, their team looks weak. I can't say that today's results shocked me, and they just got unlucky. Tanvir is an excellent driver, and I'm sure his form will pick up soon. That's probably the correct answer, although I think this will drop their marketability. Garuda Racing, team marketability, went from 39 to 34. Beautiful. Did what I wanted it to do. Let's go ahead and fast forward a little bit. Car repairs should be done, and we do have 3 opportunities now for sponsorships. Let's see, 6 races, 10 races, 8 races. Upfront payment of $1 million, which would be pretty nice, but that is for 10 races, so that's $100,000 per. This one here, not nearly as good. 2 less races, but half the money. And then over here we have 6 races. So that's actually going to give us a total of $600,000 there, and the $500,000 that'll make it worth $1.1 million. So it'll make it worth more money than La Roca, and actually in almost half of the races, actually 60% of the races. So as of right now, I think we're going to go with Brutus. However, we're going to decline all 3 of them, and we're going to fast forward a little bit, but we're going to do that after we check out what parts we're improving on. Now, I'm thinking we might want to start leaning a little bit more towards actual performance upgrades. We have the performance over here on this engine. Ah, man. 5.6 million. We do need another suspension, though. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to design another suspension, because we want both of our drivers to actually have at least something a little bit better than the crap we have now. We'll do medium speed cornering, and that will actually increase our medium speed cornering plus 40. It'll lower the reliability, but we'll be able to catch that up in about a week worth of development. Now let's see, medium speed corners plus 40 to max. It's going to take 5 days. But this is the same. It's going to be 5 days sooner, and then I think in those 5 days we'll be close to catching up on the reliability. Let's make sure though. 41 and 48 on the performance. If we choose this, we'll be 41 and 88, and if we choose this, we'll be 81 and 88. Wow, so they're really, yeah, that's definitely worth it. We'll lose the 20% reliability, however, we'll gain that 40% right off the bat. So we won't really have to do too much performance on that. And I think we definitely want to go with that. $900,000, but it's going to be a good investment. That might be the last part that we actually design. Let me double check that though. Brakes, bolt, you know, 2 average parts. Engine, we have a good and an average there for the gearbox. And then the suspension will then be a good and an average as well. So I think that might be the last part we develop this season, and then we'll just focus strictly on improving the reliability of our parts. Now I'm thinking the brakes, we probably want to improve the reliability on those two. Let's go ahead and fast forward just a little bit. See where we're at with this. Oh, look at that, we get our upgraded factory too. Let's go ahead and pause. Let's check this out. Improve parts, 69, 68. These are both going up too. I don't care that Sarah guy wants to leave. Okay, they're going to show us the results of the World Motorsports Championships, which again, don't really care about too much. They're a full 2 leagues above us. But let's check out our HQ here. Should be finished very quickly. HQ, we got 4 new upgrades it looks like there, and let's go into the car. Now check this out. As opposed to only having 2 slots for each, we now have 4 slots for each reliability and performance. So we can put a lot more, twice as many actually, parts in here, which is going to be very nice. We are going to try to improve on, let's try to improve on this gearbox over here, and we're pretty much going to just try to improve on all of Falco's parts. So Falco's already improving on his brakes, we're improving his engine, we're improving his gearbox. Let's go ahead and improve his suspension as well. And then that being said, we still have 2 slots open for improvement there. Let's improve his engine, even though it's already at 79%. We're working on improving his gearbox, and we can also improve his suspension over here. Now, the way we have it set up, and we got, you know how before it was 10, now we have 20, so it's going to improve twice as fast there as well. Well, really it's going to improve at the same rate, because we have twice as many parts, so we have twice as many performance points. If we do take some of these out though, then the parts that are there will improve twice as fast. Now, so all this performance is going to be done 8 days before the race. We're going to try to balance that a little bit more towards the actual reliability, which as you can see at the completion time here, it is adjusting. So all these performance upgrades will be done 2 hours before the race, but then all of these parts will still need to be worked on for 33 days after the race. I think the reliability is a little bit more important. So we're going to do something, I think we're going to do something like this, where all these parts should get into the 80s. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and we're going to simulate a little bit. Oh, and the suspension is going to be finished too. Okay, we're going to simulate a little bit more. No, I don't want to pay you the $1 million for an extra vote, so we're going to reject that offer. Thank you, though. Suspension is finished, so it's going to pause here. And then let's check out our improved parts. The engine is at 80%, so we could probably take that out. And then what do we have up here? 76 out of 88. I'm thinking the suspension though, that's only 7 points off. This one needs more improvement, this one needs more improvement, this one's 8, and then it's an engine, so that's pretty important. We're gonna actually take off this suspension, and we're gonna put in the new suspension that we have. That definitely needs a little bit of love, because it's only at 20% there. And I think we're gonna leave that there, because that's 81 out of 88. So again, it's only the 7 points. So we're gonna leave that alone, and let's go ahead and bump this up. And we could probably, you know what, we're gonna simulate a little bit more. Okay, they're gonna be doing a little bit of scouting here. Let's go ahead and pause. Check this out. 78, 78, 77. Let's take off. I feel like we could probably take off one of these and actually make it progress a little bit faster, because I want this suspension to be done for the next race. I think let's take off both of the 78s, and then that'll be done 5 days after the race. But that will be, you know what, let's take off that one too. That'll be done 3 hours before the race, 40 minutes after the race. but it will help our performance quite a bit. You know what, let's do that. We're going to leave that the way that is. I'm going to go ahead and get out of this screen. And that's going to be it for this episode, guys. I can't believe that Falco finished second place in only his second race ever with NoSlack Racing. That was huge. And then once we improve his vehicle, he's only going to get better. I mean, he's going to probably finish top 5, like I said, from here on out, hopefully. Anyways, that is it for the episode. If you guys liked the episode, do me a favor, hit that like button. And as you can see here, look at that, drivers. Bam! We've got the best drivers in the division, which is absolutely awesome. Anyways, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hopefully I'll see you guys on another video. Until then, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.